It was a week after you bought the Chevy Lumina. What happened?
A week after that, the car broke down in the rain.
Surprise! I know you were surprised.
You didn't give me a chance to
Don't
answer.
say another word. How did you first come into contact with Mr. Crowder?
A car that I saw. I wrote the number down.
You saw a car he was selling?
Yes.
Where was
that's
this
correct.
car?
It was on Crenshaw and Slauson.
Okay, so you saw a car parked on the street with his telephone number and name on it?
Yes, that's correct.
You called about the car?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
At the time, I wasn't old enough to go to a dealership.
How old were you?
I was 17 at the time.
Okay.
Okay, this was last year of October. I let Rick know I was willing to spend $2,000 for a reliable vehicle, and he eventually said that he could get a Sebring or a Cadillac Catera.
Did you sign a contract with him?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Okay. Is that true? Did she sign a contract with you?
Your Honor.
Yes or no? Did she sign a contract with you?
No, she didn't sign a contract. She signed the car that she bought.
How much money did you give him?
$2,000 with the remaining balance of $300.
Okay, so you take this Sebring, and what happened?
My parents felt that it was not time for me to have a car at that moment.
Okay.
So what they did was they took the car from me.
Your parents say, you're 17 years old, you're too young to have this car. So you make sure that he gets the car back and then somehow gives it back to you?
Yes.
She told me she don't want the car no more because her mother knows about that car and she can't drive it because her mother knows. Her mother took the car from her. Her mother didn't take the car because she's underage.
Ultimately, you give him an additional $300. Is that right?
Yes.
And what do you get in exchange for the $300?
I received the same car back. But when I received the car, I noticed, Rick brought to my attention that somebody had been tampering with the battery, and he had just put a new battery in there. So Rick suggested that he can go and get the original Cadillac Catera that I wanted from the beginning.
Did you have the $3,200 for the Cadillac?
No, but he said I could pay him in payments. Like, I have the receipt from the $2,300 that I paid him.
In the meantime, he lets you borrow a car.
Yes, in the meantime,
What is the car he let you borrow?
A Honda Accord.
A Honda Accord.
Yes.
Did anything happen with that car? Was that a great car?
No, Your Honor.
What happened with the Honda Accord?
Let me tell you what happened. The brakes went completely out on the car.
Then you gave up the Honda Accord.
So then I gave him the Honda Accord. He gave me a Toyota Celica to use as
How many cars did you get from this man?
Four.
4 cars. So you originally give a man $2,000 for a car that you really didn't like. You return that car to him and give him another $300. He gives you a car that's not worth anything, that breaks down in the middle of the street. You spend $200 on that. He gives you another car that breaks down in the middle of the street, leaving you stranded, and then you give him $1,000. You know, they say God protects babies and fools. Which are you? You're no baby, and the court doesn't protect fools. So you give him $1,000, and then what?
And he brought me a Chevy Lumina.
A Chevy Lumina.
Yes.
Now let me ask you, what year was that car?
A 99.
A 99 Chevy Lumina. Did you ultimately give her a 99 Chevy Lumina?
Yes, I did.
And how much, in your mind, did she pay you for a 1999 Chevy Lumina?
$2,300.
All right, let's talk about the final car you bought. The final car you bought was a Chevy Lumina. It was a week after you bought the Chevy Lumina. What happened?
A week after that, the car broke down in the rain.
Surprise! I know you were surprised. Were you there when the phone call came in?
No, she called me. She said the Lumina was broke. That was her car. I asked her, well, where's it at? She told me where it was at. And I said, well, what you going to do about it? And she said she was going to leave the car where it's at. And
what did you say you were going to do?
I said, well, give me the keys. If you don't want it, I'll take it.
Okay. But did you say, you know what? You mean you paid us and the car that we sold you is broken down? Is there anything that we can do to come and get the car to help get it fixed?
Yeah,
no, your response was, give me the keys. Shoot, you don't want it. I can use it and sell it to somebody else. No, don't say.
You didn't give me a chance to answer.
Don't say another word. I find that you were a merchant under the Uniform Commercial Code, that you had an obligation to provide a good or a product that was worthy of being driven on the streets, and that it is evident from your prior merchandise, the prior cars that you deal with, that you deal in cars that shouldn't be on the street. And that this girl gave you at least $2,300 for that purpose, and that you owe her $2,300. I find in favor of the plaintiff for $2,300. Court is adjourned.